ॐ ॐ यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै ब्रह्मदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशम् मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ॐ वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय गुरवे शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादी नगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततम् पूर्णाय बोधात्मने सर्वतन्त्रस्वतन्त्राय सदात्माद्वैतवेदिने श्रीमते शङ्करार्याय वेदान्त गुरवे नमः योऽवतीर्ण इहाचार्य रूपेण यतीनामुदे श्रीमन्नारायणं वन्दे तं हरिं करुणानिधिम् मननाख्यं प्रकरणं वासुदेवयतीश्वरैः रचितं विस्तरेणाद्य सङ्ग्रहेण प्रकाश्यते बालानामुपकाराय मम विज्ञानसिद्धये तत्र श्रीबालगोपाल कृष्णः सन्निहितो भवेत् ॐ There was a question which asked, what is the pramanam in order to prove that the jivas, all the beings, are in unmanifest form embedded in the prakriti, the primordial cause, before they become manifest as sentient beings and start transacting in this world. There was this question of pramanam. Now, this answer actually has been given by the author in the very following line, where he has said that ayam anubhavaha sakala jananam sushupti avasthayam asti, wherein we understand that the experience of everything, including the sentient beings in unmanifest form, is our experience of the deep sleep. Because And this experience means now it is pratyaksha pramana. So, in one way, just as the saying goes, हाथ कंगन को आरसी क्यों? Why would you require a mirror to see the bangles in your wrist? Pratyaksha pramanam is there for it. The state of deep sleep is where one sees that there is nothing, including one's own body, including one's own ego, is also not available. But everything becomes available right from the subtle manifestation, which is the dream, and the gross manifestation, which is the waking experience. Where does it come from and where does it all go? Where is it coming from and where is it going back? So the manifest world comes from the unmanifest, is our experience. So the pratyaksha pramanam is one pramanam. Now, in this case, a little error, a chance of an error may exist. And therefore, now we are going to say that we require some sort of a shruti pramanam. If you all have understood the word pramanam appropriately, pramanam means the means of knowledge, the tool of knowing, the instrument of knowing, the equipment, the apparatus through which knowledge is had. What kind of a system do you have through which the knowledge takes place? Because without that tool, that particular knowledge becomes impossible. Without the eyes, the knowledge, the experience of colors and forms is impossible. You may have other tools of knowing. You may have a very sharp faculty of hearing, but the knowledge of colors and forms cannot be had through any other faculty, no matter how sharp it is. Therefore, now the question is, do you have Shruti as the pramanam over here or not? Shruti meaning the Veda as the pramanam. And we are going to say that you have to understand there are these two explanations to it. When the Acharya brings this, then there is one possibility that this has been explained through the tradition, and therefore now we are through the Vedic tradition, and therefore somewhere we are left with one option to understand it as there must have been some Shruti, which that part of the Veda over the period of time we have lost. So there existed one Shruti like that, some mantra which existed, which explained the state where all the Jivas, all the sentient beings, the living beings, are what happens? Are in the unmanifest, in the womb of the unmanifest. And from the womb of the unmanifest, the total manifest world arrives. Actually, this is the Pratyaksha Pramanam is there. But another one is that there is Anumita Shruti, that since this knowledge comes to us through the Vedic tradition of teaching and learning, we do not have a direct Shruti. Now, there is one gentleman, Unniji, that was his question. Are you listening, sir?
Swamiji, Namaskar. It was not mine, but it was one of my friends, Sundar's question. My question is,
Swamiji, this is Sundaram from Chennai. I only raised this question. I understood the two pramanas which you told. One is Pratyaksha Pramana, another probable cause that we could have lost that Shruti Pramana.
Yes, there is, and it is called as Anumita Shruti.
Okay.
There is a third pramana, which means that there is Shruta Arthapatti. Arthapatti is one form of pramana. Now, we are entering into an area which demands some sort of an background and little elaborate one. But you can now, because if we go into that, it will consume a lot of time and we will not be on the track with the author. But you can understand. Is my voice clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, Swamiji.
All right.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
So,
this is called a Shrutarthapatti. Arthapatti, for example, when it is said that Brahman alone is the reality, Atma alone is real. Let us say there is a sentence, Asadeva some idamagra asid ekameva dvitiyam. This is a very important shruti. We should do japa. I mean, these shrutis are not meant for japa, they are meant for Shravana Menon Nididhyasanam. So what happens over here, when it is said, Atma alone is real. Now, naturally, what is your next question going to be? What about Anatma? Correct? When you say the self alone is real, then what is the other part of your experience? Anatma. Then you are going to ask the question as what about Anatma then? The Shruti, what is the Shruti saying? Atma alone is real. Idam Sat, meaning that Sat means Atma. So Atma, Tattvamasi Shveta Keto. So now, Shruti is not saying anything about Anatma. Then what is it that you naturally conclude from this? What is it that you naturally conclude from the first sentence? Atma alone is Satyam. What do you understand here? Sundaramji, what do you understand?
Anatma is Mithya.
Exactly. Now you are left with to say that it is not real. Then you are going to question, if it is not real, then how is it experienced? And therefore, now we are going to put that in a category that something which is experienced, but when is not real, what is it called?
Yeah.
Mithya, only an appearance. So, and it is not necessary, remember. that because something is experienced, it has to be real. Otherwise, how can you experience the snake in the rope? If your experience made anything real, then the snake also should become real to you. But when you switch the light on, you discover the rope. And what do you call that snake?
Rope.
Real. So you yourself, on one hand, you were saying a minute before that my experience, that what is experienced is real. And then a minute later, you are saying that what I experienced was not real. So it is not Abhishek Chaitanya saying anything. It is you saying, sir. So what gives validity to any experience as being real or not is no one's business. It is you. But then what allows you to say that this is valid and the other one is invalid is the presence of Pramana. You see? So now over here, we are now left to say that the Anatma is Mithya. Got it? Do you find any Shruti directly which is saying that Anatma is Mithya?
No, Swamiji.
You are not finding it. But now this becomes Shrutarthapatti. What does it become? This is the Pramanam. And that Pramanam is called as Shrutarthapatti. Arthapatti is a Pramanam. But this is concerning the Shruti, and therefore this Arthapatti is called as Shrutarthapatti. The Mimamsakas as well as the Vedantins, we accept the Bhatta Mimamsakas and the Vedantins, we accept that we have 6 pramanas, 6 tools through which we are able to gather knowledge. 6 tools through which we know where we claim to know it, because even experience is also basically a knowledge. If you did not know that something, how can you even claim it as an experience? So therefore, experience is also basically knowledge. So now, this 6 pramanas are there, out of which one is Arthapatti. I will give you yet another example of Arthapatti. Now, let us say myself and Unniji, you, we both are walking by Ganga, and then Sundaram comes over there and he says, "Are Unni, come for dinner to my place tomorrow. Just you come, okay?" Now, what does that sentence mean? Only Unni, you, and not Swamiji. So Swamiji understands that only Unni has to go to Sundaram's home. I don't have to go. I am not invited, because that only you meant that he did not directly say, "Swamiji, you are not coming. Okay, only you." He did not say that. But what did he say? Only you come. But what am I left to understand? Not you, only. This is called as Arthapatti. So we don't understand something from where in order to fit our understanding, this sort of this kind of an understanding which comes, then it comes through a pramanam called as Arthapatti Pramanam. Okay, the classic example of Arthapatti is Pino Devadattaha Divana Punte. You remember all this?
Yes. Yes. He's fat, but he's not eating.
Yeah. Pino Devadattaha Divana Punte. Not he is not eating. He does not eat during. Nobody has ever seen him eat during the day. And he is stout, healthy. And 6 months we haven't seen this fellow eat at all. And also he has not lost even an ounce. What is the reason? Nobody has seen him during the day from morning 4 till evening, night 9. No. So you say that Divana bhukte naktam bhukte. He eats at night. You got it?
Yes, Swamiji.
This is called as Arthapatti. Similarly, over here we have Arthapatti as the Pramanam. So now you were asking for Pramanam, and we have here three things. One is the Pratyaksha Pramanam. Then the second one is Anumita Shruti as the Pramanam. The third one is Shrutarthapatti. So I hope your question is answered. I have tried to. Furthermore, now comes the question, as I am Ishvaraha, those who have the book, I am Ishvaraha, kena prakarena jagat srishtavaniti ched. Now we have understood who this Ishvara is. Who is this Ishvara? Now the Ishvara means the Srishtehe Purvam Vidyamanam Chaitanyam, Brahma Chaitanyam. Now the consciousness which is pre-existing to the manifestation of this world. How is this consciousness? The consciousness pre-exists even the manifest world. Sir, how can you say that the consciousness pre-exists? The only school of thought which says that consciousness is not pre-existing, but consciousness is also something which comes into the existence with the existence of the world, is the Charvaka school. Who are they? The Charvakas. So also some modern schools which are saying that consciousness is nothing more than a combination of certain chemicals of the brain. So what has to exist before the consciousness? The brain with its chemicals. And when those chemicals mix with each other, react with each other, there comes into existence the consciousness. All right? This is one school, and that is their claim matches with the Charvakas school of thought. But you see, if the total sum of what we are experiencing has to be seen, is just these three: Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti. The waking experience. Now, in the waking experience, whether you are experiencing joy or sorrow, boredom or excitement, is not at all what we are discussing. What are we saying? All that what constitutes, why is this fellow doing it now? All that constitutes our waking experience, okay? Then we have the experience of dream. And finally, we have the experience of deep sleep. Now, whether it is the experience of deep sleep or it is the experience of dream or of the Jagrat, meaning the waking, all the three experiences are illumined. And this illumination of all the experiences mean that there has to be the consciousness which illumines all of them. And the state of deep sleep is the state where everything is unmanifest. So the manifest, subtle manifest, and the unmanifest, everything is illumined by the consciousness. Therefore, now we are left to say that consciousness is consciousness pre-exists even the manifest world. Irrelevant whether that manifestation is subtle manifestation or gross manifestation. I'm not saying gross, it is gross. Gross manifestation, something that is tangible, perceptible through the senses. All right? Is that clear? Therefore, the claim that the consciousness is something which comes into existence later on, which was one of your questions, if life is a precursor to consciousness. No. And what you mean by life is the expression of consciousness in the inert matter. You see, for example, the egg cell and the sperm cell from the mother and father comes together and it starts multiplying and becomes the fetus. Okay. It becomes the fetus. So earlier, before they are conjugated together, they exist with only a possibility that it can become a living material. Before that, it is not a living material. Before that, it is just some sort of a chemical combination, right? With only the possibility that it will become a living being. So thus, we have the inert matter, and when it comes together and starts showing visible, tangible signs of life in it, the multiplication of the cells and so on and so forth, and taking a form of a fetus. So you are saying that what is life? Expression of consciousness in the inert matter. You see this? And what are the expressions? There could be various. In the beginning, it could just be some sort of a throbbing, which is the pranas. So prana is one expression. The person is speaking is yet another expression that he is living. So you are expecting some form of a movement as expression of life. As life means expression of consciousness, then you say that he is a living person. So what you mean by life is expression of consciousness in the inert matter. Now the question comes, is the consciousness expressing now because it has been generated, or the consciousness existed and is simply expressing now. You understand these two things? The body, of course, the body is inert matter. Ask anyone, any of these doctors, and they are going to tell you the list of all chemicals, the calcium, sodium, and these are the people naturally is there, and then there is this channel, and these people will tell you that a whole lot of chemicals only are there. If our body is nothing but what? 70% water, your tap water. Isn't it? Well, now, so out of these two options, is consciousness generated or is consciousness pre-existing? This question is answered by the Shruti, which says, idamagre vartate, idamagre asit. Sadeva somya, this sat existence always was there even before this world, the inert thing, comes into existence. So you have one pramanam, which is Shruti. And again, this Shruti is supported by your pratyaksha experience of deep sleep. You see? Therefore, now we understand that consciousness exists even before the expression, even before its expression in the inert matter as life. And therefore, consciousness exists before, exactly like the gold exists before the ornament comes into existence. The ornament can come, the ornament can stay. You can use the ornament, the bracelet, to adorn your wrist or neck, okay, to decorate your neck or ear, and so on and so forth. And finally, the ornament also can disappear, dissolve. But the gold exists even before that. Without the gold, the ornament can't be. And so this is the claim. This consciousness is how Srishtehe Purvam Vidyamanam. How is this consciousness? Srishtehe Purvam Vidyamanam Chaitanyam. And this is Brahma Chaitanyam. Why is it Brahma Chaitanyam? Because this is limitless, boundless. There is no boundary. Time, space, object, attributes to this Chaitanyam. And therefore, this is Brahma Chaitanyam. The word Brahman means that which is pervasive, expansive. Like the gold means it can accommodate. The gold can accommodate in it every bangle, every bracelet, every crown, every anklet, everything. You see? And therefore, Srishtehe Purvam, even before this world comes into existence, Vidyamanam Chaitanyam. How is this Chaitanyam? Now is Ishvaraha. Why is it, when will it be called as Ishvara? When this Chaitanyam is reflected, Pratibimbitam, in Maya. What is this Maya? Shuddha, Vishuddha, Sattvam. Okay. So, Tatra Maya Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana. Got it? If you remember. So, that's why it's important. Don't miss the links. Whereas I told you that the first chapter is it can become a little tedious if the links are long. Oh, yeah. Who's angry at me?
Oh, sorry, that was
No
my fault.
worries.
Very sorry.
No worries. Okay. So, Tatra Maya Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Tatra Pratibimbitam Sat, which is Chaitanyam. That Chaitanyam is Brahma Chaitanyam. And how is it? Srishtehe Purvam Vidyamanam Chaitanyam. That which is now reflected in this Shuddha Sattva is called as Ishvara. How is this Ishvara? He is the Karanam, he is the very cause of this world. What is this world? Anything that is recognized as not I is what you call as the world. Hmm? Anything that is recognized as not I, anything which you can categorically now recognize as not I is the world. So just don't understand world as, the stars and moon and the sun and the mountains and the streams and the rivers and the trees and the butterflies and the oceans as well. This is our definition, because this definition is not borrowed from anywhere. It is how you see it. For example, as long as the bread is in your plate, you can categorically call it as not I. This is bread. And somebody says, well, this bread is not good, or you don't feel bad. When you have consumed the bread, and now that bread goes on to become the muscles and the fat, and then you say, hey, this is not good. You're calling me ugly? Huh? So now what is being called as not good? The same bread which is consumed. But now what has happened? It no longer is the world. It has become I. Yeah. It is actually the world only, but you have misunderstood this as I. And so therefore, what is this fat and what are the muscles? The food that has been consumed by where your parents became the basic material, then the food that you consumed became this body, the fat, the muscles, so on and so forth. Is not it? Ajinal Mehta, is not it like this? So you see, this is it. This is how it is. What is the world? That what is not I. And now this allows you even to see that the body, the vital air, the the senses, the karmendriyas, the mind, everything is actually the part of this world, and therefore the world. So this all comes into existence, and this world. The question is, what is the cause of this world? And the Shruti says that it is Ishvara. How does this Ishvara become the cause of this world? Because the cause on a mota-moti scale, broadly speaking, is seen as an efficient cause and material cause. For example, when you see the pot, obviously pot is something that has come into existence. So now there can be a question as what is the cause of this pot? Something which has come into existence obviously requires, demands a pre-existence of the cause. So cause is something that pre-exists to the effect. Purvakshana Vartamanam it should be. So in case of the pot, you are able to say that the clay is the material cause of the pot and the pot maker is the efficient cause of it. So also this world, what is the cause? Then people are saying, God made this world. Where is the God? God can be anywhere, not here. Okay. Then you can imagine God into some heaven somewhere. Like the pot maker. Who is the cause of this pot? The pot maker. Is he here in the pot as the pot? No, sir. Where is the pot maker? He could be at his home. He can be in the pottery shop work, or what is a workshop. He can be in the market. He could be anywhere, or he could be even dead. But the pot maker has to be there. Similarly, they are saying there is God. That's why Friedrich Nietzsche says God is dead, gone, just as the pot maker. He made the pot and gone. The pot, the effect is there, but that fellow is gone. Yeah? That is that Friedrich Nietzsche's very famous statement. You know that? God is dead. Don't you smell the stench? So such God, which is only the efficient cause, will always be separate from the effect. But the material cause, which is the clay, can it be separate from the effect? No. So wherever the effect is, even the material cause remains. Now we are going to say that this Ishvara is what? Consciousness with the adjunct of Maya. I'm going to use these terms now because, we have given a good thought to this word Maya also. Vishuddha Sattvam, Shuddha Sattva Pradhana. You remember, right? Then what happens is, therefore now the Upanishads say that this God is not just efficient cause, but also the material cause. So by the word God, what do you understand? That which is the efficient cause and the material cause simultaneously is God. Okay? God meaning Ishvaraha. God meaning what? No, you start using the technical words. Just don't keep toying with, the translations which have other connotations associated to those words. Ishvaraha, cause. How is this cause? Abhinna nimittopadana karanam. Okay? Non-separate, efficient and material cause. Abhinna nimittopadana karanam. So now, well, let this be the cause. But the question now comes is, I am Ishvaraha. Now we are not talking about any other idea about the Ishvara. This is the Ishvara. Consciousness reflected in Maya, and this now becomes the cause, both efficient and the material. How does it become the material cause? With the prominence of the adjunct becomes the material cause, and with the prominence of consciousness, it is called as efficient cause. Everything clear to you so far? Can we go forward? Any question at this point? So now,
Swamiji, I have one quick question. I'm not switching on my video because there is some problem with my network. So I have put that question in the chat. So in the beginning, when we were discussing that the anatma is mithya, right? Anatma is mithya, and you gave 3 pramanas, Anumit Shruti and Shrutartha Patti as well. And along with that, in the beginning, you said something about Pratyaksha Pramana as well, the first Pramana. So I'm a little bit lost here, Swamiji, that how could we come to the conclusion of that Anatma is Mithya with Pratyaksha Pramana?
who said it? This is no. No, that was Shrutarthapatti. What was
Yes,
the
Shrutarthapatti.
no, but that was for, that was an example of Shrutarthapatti.
Okay. So the 3 pramanas that you gave
Was
in the
only
beginning
to say that the all the living beings are unmanifest and they come from unmanifest to the manifest. This is the statement. Where Shivaya.
Okay, so for that statement, we use Pratyaksha Pramana.
Because Pratyaksha means something which is directly known.
Right, right, right. Okay,
There
yes,
are these three pramanas. Whereas
right.
to say that the anatma is an appearance was only Shrutarthapatti.
Right, Shrutarthapatti. Yes, I was a little bit confused here. Yes, thank you so much for clarifying. And Swamiji, just one more thing. When we say that Ishvara is the cause, now we are taking away the Brahman as the cause, right? Because now we are focusing on Ishvara as the cause. So how could we, because now when we discussed in the beginning that Brahman is the cause and Jagata is the effect, and now we are moving towards that Ishvara is the cause.
Read that line first. Read Tatra Pratibimbitam. Read that line, please.
I think some words I'm not able to get.
No, read that line. Read, even if you are wrong, I will correct it. Don't worry.
Ji Swamiji, where is the line and which line?
Tatra pratibimbitam sat srishtehe purvam vidyamanam brahma chaitanyam Ishvaraha iti uchyate. That same Brahma Chaitanyam, Brahma, is called as Ishvara.
Okay. Yes. No, I don't have those lines right now in front
Why?
of me. We don't have those lines because I think we have received
All right.
till
No.
the
Damas.
Mhm. Okay, now I get your point. Yes, yes, yes.
Now is the question as how does this Ishvara create this world, creates this world? Okay. Now comes the world meaning, all the objects, etc. Not only those objects, even the equipments through which these objects are perceived and experienced. Okay, everything. How does this Ishvara create it? Creates it. Ayam Ishvaraha kena prakareణ jagat srishtavaaniti iti ched. If this is your question, uchyate. Now, put another in this one line, I am Ishvaraha. You have that line, right, everybody? I am Ishvaraha. Now you understand, he's saying, I am Ishvara. This is the Ishvara that we are saying. This is the Upanishadam Brahma. Okay? Oh, then, but we believe in another God is something. No, no, we are talking about this Abhinna Nimittopanana Karan. What is the meaning of that word? I am this Ishvara means what? This Ishvara means Abhinna Nimittopadana Karanam iti. Katham kena prakarena Jagat Srishtavan. How did he become, how did he create this world? If this is your question, Uchyate. Now we are going to answer this topic. We are going to deal with this topic. All right. You know what? I'm going to close this class a few minutes earlier today. I hope you all can forgive me for that. But we will come back to from the Uchyate in our next session. So this is what we have seen, and this is what we have not only recapitulated, but we have even brought in some new, more light on what we have studied earlier. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaha Purnamidam Om Shanti Shanti Shankaram Shankaracharya
Kesavadarayanam Sukrtam Vande Bhagavantam Punah Punah
Ishvaro
Gururagni Murti Vega Vipagine Vyomavatyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha.
Om Shanti
Shanti.
Shanti Namah Parvati Pataye Hara
Hara Hara Mahadeva.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Swamiji.